So basically, after I finished that last video, after I sold my microwave, after I'd sold everything on Vinted, after I'd literally had nothing else left to give, I just went and spent loads of money again and booked a holiday, and it's not good. So that was pointless, to be honest. This is what I was talking about in that last video. What is the point in doing all of these bad things if I'm just going to go back to doing things in the old way that I was already doing them before, which is just, it's just pointless then, isn't it? So we're back to scheming. So what schemes do we have in store this time round? What else can we do? So firstly, I actually sold a few things on Facebook. So I sold a puppy crate, I sold a puppy pen, because I had two of them, and I sold I can't even remember, I just sold some more stuff on Facebook. That was like 20 quid. And then I did have a few things left on my Vinted that I ended up selling, but now it's like nothing is selling whatsoever. So I'm just going to have to donate that stuff to charity, which I guess is just going to bring us in good karma for the next time round. So that's not even a bad thing. So that's thing number one. That's the first thing we need to do. So I did actually end up selling a few things on Vinted, even though I didn't think I had anything else left to sell. But my old listings, I just boosted them. Sold £20 worth of stuff, I think it was, and I'd spent £7 making the listing, all the listings get boosted. So I'd made £13 on Vinted in total. So after using Vinted and Facebook, I totaled about £30 that I was then ready to just put aside, and then it's like, what else are we going to do to grow the pot even bigger? I don't know. But that's not enough what I've just done. So £30, that's not going to break us out of the second financial crisis. What we actually really need to do now is go and get some good luck. And the only way of actually going and getting good luck right now is by going and donating all of the leftover stuff we have from Vinted to charity. That's a really good idea, because I'm giving back, and I'm also like, you know, like something good, what goes around comes around. So I didn't make the rules. That's just going to happen as a result of my good actions. So I'm actually going to use this as a little excuse to do a little edit, and if I've edited things right, then everything I've got to donate to charity is going to appear behind me all by magic now. Yay! So much stuff. So we're going to donate this to charity. What else can I do to get some more money? I'm not sure. We're going to find out. We're going to pull ourselves out of this second financial crisis. I don't even know what's worse. The fact that the first financial crisis was actually a crisis, and then I simulated a financial crisis to get out of the bad habits I built for myself. So really, like, the second financial crisis wasn't even a thing. I just pretended it was a thing to trick myself, and that worked. And then I just went and reversed, not all of my work, but like a good amount of it. And then now I just don't know what we're gonna do.
Because the graph's gonna be like, the graph for our progress has been like boom, 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 and we need to make it go like bum.
So what I did after all of that was I then decided that after I donated all my stuff to charity, there was only one way out of this. I needed to look for some sort of charity myself. Not in like a weird way, that sounded bad, but just in the sense that I need to find someone who's willing to give me something for something I'm going to have to give them in return. Where's this going? I then found this little website, which I mentioned in the last video, I think, or maybe I didn't, but it's called outlier.ai, and I used that to do some chemistry projects, because as we know, I'm a little nerdy chemistry boy, And after I had completed a few projects on there, I'd earned $243. I'll put that on the screen now. That is low-key got us out of the financial crisis for now, because I'd spent £300 on a holiday and the flights were like £40 of that, and then I'd accounted for £100 of spending money. So after doing all of that, literally just using Outlier alone, and also donating my stuff to charity, of course, and a little bit of Facebook and a sprinkle of Vinted, I was now up about £200. Oh, so here's a cool update. I then decided to go along with doing the bills scheme, which again, saving money is making money if you just count it as the same thing, because at the end of the day, you're just going to get towards the same amount of money having spare. So anyway, we're not going to go over that analogy again. But what I decided to do was renew my car insurance, but go with someone else instead of my current provider, because they were charging me £140 a month for me and my girlfriend to be insured in the car. But then I found a different provider through Money Supermarket, and they gave me a quote of £70 a month, which is literally half of what I was paying before. So now going forward, I'm paying £70 less a month. Times that by, let's just say, until September, that's 4 or 5 months. That's £350. So what do we do now that I had £550? Well, for that job I was talking about at my university, which I got for doing teaching, there was a training day at which I had to do, and they paid me £100 to just do that training day. So that's literally £100 of free money. Again, I was literally at university anyway, so just being in the same place but getting paid double to be in the same, it makes literally no sense. But hey, anyway. So that brings us up to a grand total of £650. There's a lot of things which I'd like to include in this, but they're kind of like future video things, and also future things that haven't actually happened yet, such as next semester, if I do teaching as well, I can make X amount of money, but I don't know how much that's going to be. So there's no point including that yet, just because I've discovered that I'm going to be able to do that more. And also over summer, I do a lot of bar and events work to get free money at marriages, at weddings, and also at all sorts of other events like shows and shit, to be honest. So I'm going to do that over the summer, and that's going to be more free money. But I can't account for that yet, because again, like, that's not set in stone. I don't know what's going to happen. That's just going to have to be a future update, I guess. So I then discovered that there were some new laws coming into effect on the 1st of May about renting properties, and I can use this in my favour to make some free money. So these laws actually count for any tenancy that you've basically got on a flat or a rental or a house or anything, are changing over from being fixed tenancies with a contract of 6 or 12 months to just being a rolling monthly contract. So basically, you can give 2 months notice, and I'm going to use that to my advantage to save on 2 months worth of rent in this place, because it's quite expensive, and I didn't really think about that when I got it, so that was a bit stupid. And I'm gonna move into a place with my girlfriend where we'll be splitting the rent, so then it's gonna be cheaper, and that's gonna account for some more free money. So I don't want to put a price on that as to say, because who knows how things are going to work out, and also I've got to pay a deposit, and even if we split that, is that just going to cancel out with the savings? But I would like to think that somehow from all of that, I'm just going to show my working out. So roughly we're looking at about £1,100 that we have just basically got out of thin air. Like, before the start of this video, you're thinking, like, what a idiot, he's done it again, and he doesn't even have a microwave to warm up his food. So like, why did you just go and do that for no reason? Well, I didn't do it for no reason, because after subtracting the cost of the holiday from the amount of money I've just printed out of thin air, we're actually left with £800 profit. And also, one thing I like to reinforce into all aspects of life is that you only live life once. So yeah, we should be like, oh, let's save money and be financially responsible. And I'm all for that, because I want to progress to making more money so that I can be more relaxed about things and all of that, everything that comes with that. But on the other side of things, if we only live once and I could get hit by a bus tomorrow, then why shouldn't I go on holiday for a week for £300, which is a pretty good price anyway, and just live my life a little bit? So it's kind of, you got to weigh up these things so that in the future you don't look back and think, oh, that week I could have gone on holiday. And also there's this thing which I think about where it's like, if you don't do these things, you're just going to end up doing them more extravagantly in the future. For example, if I go and buy a pack of cookies, I will eat all of those cookies at once. Because if I go and say like, oh, I'm going to spread these cookies out every day, that I'm literally making it a habit to have a cookie every single day. And you guys are probably thinking, well, how does this apply to money? Because if I just go and do one-off splurge, it's not the same as getting into a bad habit of consistently spending bad money along the way. That's just something you don't want to do. But maybe you save up. And also, if you save up for the one-off splurge, or even a little holiday splurge, then you're practicing saving up for things. And then also, by the time you get to spending the money on the thing that you saved up for, you might actually decide that in hindsight, you don't want to put all that money that you've worked so hard for towards something like a holiday. And that's up to you. Really, what I'm just trying to say is, you should just be sensible with your money, but at the same time, don't not treat yourself to things. Go buy a pack of cookies now and eat them all. Otherwise, you're just going to end up doing things more bad in the future. Again, like if I was going to get a takeaway now because I'm really craving a takeaway, then I'm telling myself, when you're craving a takeaway, we'll go and get a takeaway. But for now, you can have this takeaway and then you're not going to give in to the next craving, or you're not going to do this, you're not going to do that. And then it just means that if I have chocolate fudge cake every single week, once a week, then that's not the same as having chocolate fudge cake every single day. So really, when you think about it, it's actually a better off thing to do it this way around. So whenever anyone tells me to do something the opposite way around, it's like, fine, you do you, but you're not having chocolate fudge cake every week, so who's the real wanker? I also can't believe I forgot, but there's also a hidden scheme throughout this whole video that I forgot to mention, and that is when you use Money Supermarket to get your car insurance, like I was saying before, you get £15 for free from them as a reward to use towards anything you like, really. So the total made for this video is £815. And this is the thing, right? Everyone being like, oh right, I need to go and do this to get money, or do this or do that or anything like this. Like the prime target of this channel, which I'm making, is my documentation of my journey to financial freedom, of whatever that looks like. For me, that looks like I can just go shopping with my sister or my brother, or buy a meal for my family, or do something with my girlfriend, or for my friends, or anything, and I don't need to worry about the bill or the receipt or anything like that. That's what I think of when I'm motivated. Is just imagine how cool that would be, just to be able to just be like, here's the card. And also the fact that the more I work now, the more time I can have to relax later, as opposed to just wasting these days away and weeks away and months away, and then looking back and being like, oh, I could have done this, and if I'd done that, maybe right now I'd be relaxing on a beach somewhere. Like I said in the last video, get out of the trenches and onto the beach. That's the aim of the game. So really, I'm full porting, trying to make as much money as I can whilst not going insane, and like still finding time to do things and have fun. buy a few nice things here and there, sprinkle winkle, maybe a McLaren 720S. That'd be so cool. I saw this one the other day and I really liked it. I'll put that up on screen now. But imagine just being like, oh, I've got a little McLaren, I'm going to go for a little race now on the tracks or something. And imagine how different is that to my current situation. So that's why, like, imagine that's up there and this is where I'm at right now, like right down there. Then it's literally possible. I've just got to do it. But that's basically the reason why I'm doing this. And alongside the fact that if I document this now, I can look back on it myself in the future. So that's also really cool. And then even if things go bad, I can look back and literally show myself these videos and be like, oh, well, you tried your best, you documented it, watch this. Maybe I can even criticize myself and be like, oh, I should have done this other thing instead, or I don't know. But it'll be entertaining. That's the purpose. It'll be entertaining for myself to look back and watch all these videos, whether I succeeded or not, and hopefully will succeed anyway. So really, it's just going to be free entertainment and free money. I'm going to stay out of the financial crisis and maybe just not simulate one for now, because I think I just need some time to relax now without any pressure or weight or stress, just for like a week, and then maybe next week we'll start the next simulated financial crisis. And then I'm going on holiday for a week anyway, so then I can just have fun on that holiday, hopefully not spend too much there, and then really when I come back I can just go back to locking in because I've had all my fun on my holiday and used all that fun up. So that's where I'm going to wrap it up. I think I've done all that I needed to do, and if there is anything else that I can think of, that will go into the next video alongside where things end up. Hopefully next video we're going to be looking back on this and thinking, oh, that was really good that we did that then, and we set ourselves up now nicely for future videos and future schemes. So yeah, that's a good place to leave it.